Its exterior is an accumulation of countless timeless imitations, clad in an intersection of light and shadow. It is the skin of the city, the borderline between falsehood and truth. When wet with rain, it reveals a glimpse of transparent memories, and when dry, it hides a colorless mystery. When seen from afar, it is filled with a homogeneous order, and when approached, fragments of design awaken the heart. In the traces of emotion depicted in these works, the breath of the past that seeps through them, we find an unconscious affection. We search for answers lurking in the depths of emptiness, and crave an existence that cannot be touched. The facade becomes a mirror of the human heart, reflecting its depths without knowing it. It quietly watches over people's activities, and its unchanging appearance speaks of eternity. Standing at the crossroads of the universal and the individual, the facade speaks to all. On a morning in an over-legitimized city, windows are faceless and nameplates resemble silent inscriptions, an assemblage in which the flowers of anonymity bloom, a design for someone who could be anyone there. Not an architectural skin, but rather a protocol of collective memory where expectations and reassurance are fossilized. People wander there in search of a resting place for the individual, or because they are everywhere, they search for shadows of memories that are nowhere to be found. Whenever I touch the wall, I imagine the handwritten time that sinks faintly behind the mass-produced structure. We mistake the loss of difference for comfort at the speed of a child's scribble being painted over, at the speed of a garden in old age being transformed into a pillar of an apartment building. And yet, I still miss it. I recall the lost touch of the wild in these characterless contours, and I smell an unexpected nostalgia in the sense of déjà vu. Surely love is just one unexpected distortion that slips in between the chasms of symbolized reality, the sadness of being generic, and the reason why people still cling to it. The twilight is written on the back of the facade. The wall is not a mere material, but a narrative in which time and existence are inscribed. The surface of the wall, which is described as generic, appears uniform at first glance, but if you look carefully, you will find a complex story flowing underneath. Each piece of architectural material contains the traces of countless hands and hearts, and the thoughts of those who have touched it are faintly left behind. It is the incarnation of human desire and contradiction, symbolizing the desire for change while at the same time seeking stability. What lies behind what is hidden or revealed in the space between existence and nothingness? The very act of pursuing the answer is a mirror reflecting the essence of human nature. The word love and regret contains everything: joy and anguish, loss and fulfillment. Hidden within these feelings is the awareness that we are equally ephemeral and transient. We rub our temporary faces against each other day after day. We smile at each other, vaguely, moderately, and mechanically. Like the concrete masks that cities wear, people's interactions also wear the standardization of individuality. Hello is a formality. How are you? Emotions are compressed, iconified, and transmitted. It is convenient, beautiful, and somehow sad, because behind that facade there is an empty room that no one enters. The solitude of a skyscraper, packed one floor at a time. Everyone gently puts his or her back to the wall in order to live comfortably at the right distance. In the past, love was crude and inconvenient. Muddy gazes and awkward silences. Words that could not be said well, but were true. Now, however, versatility is a design that does not cause wounds. Smoothness without room for failure makes the connection between people an equivalent exchange. Metaphors with heat are no longer enough. The surface is a thing of beauty, but the interior is still. This peacefulness is now artistically empty. The essence that we tend to lose sight of quietly shines behind its uniform face, which is merely an outer skin. At first glance, it appears inorganic, but in fact it stores countless traces of life and memories. Behind the geometrically shaped contours, passionate feelings and empty loneliness intermingle, and as a revelation of transient beauty, the warm temperature inherent in its cool exterior is evoked as a memory of the distant past. Within the superficial homogeneity, there is an unconsciously sought-after fusion of diverse activities and transcendent truths, and the loveliness is present as minute miracles scattered in everyday life. It is not something that remains only a mere pretense, but the soreness of love that lies deep in the heart is revealed at the place where floating shadows and light intersect.